Good morning or afternoon. We carried some calves off again this morning, but I'm headed to town to get some ryegrass seed, and I'm gonna hook the 8940 to the 25-foot field cultivator. That's what I plan on doing this afternoon, but hopefully we'll get into sowing some ryegrass and then move on to some fescue for a neighbor over here. So I'm unhooked from that disc. Got the 8940 hooked to the cultivator. Let's talk about it for a minute. It's a 25-foot Case International. It's got these sweeps. See if we can get a better view. Every 7.5 inch spacings. 7.5 inch sweeps. Alright, so we headed down the road. A couple weeks ago on the video, I'll try to link it down in the description. We dished this field up. We sprayed it with Vermoxone. I made a video on that, and the whole purpose of it was to kill all the weeds that was there before we dished them. That way it's not as much of a seed bank. So I cut it pretty deep with a cutting disc on 9-inch spaces, so it's pretty rough yet. So this field cultivator, what I'm gonna try to do with it is go in and smooth it up, make a better seed bed where it's not as rough. So the plans are tomorrow is to seed this down in ryegrass. Ryegrass is a little different from rye, or cereal rye. I use cereal rye a lot of times in the fall as a cover crop, and I don't harvest it. I just burn it down, spray it, kill it, and plant through it. That's to help with erosion, but we're not doing that today. We're planting ryegrass, and this makes excellent hay. So this spring, it's going to come up, it's going to sit dormant, and we'll probably put our P&K out here in a few weeks, but in the spring, I'll come back with some liquid nitrogen, and it'll take off growing. So we'll be able to cut it pretty early and get it off the field, make a lot of hay with it. And then I don't know what we're going to do, if we're going to try to plant soybeans behind it, or if we're going to sow some other kind of hay on. But that's my neighbor that's waving at. So anyways, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make some hay, cattle feed. If you remember, if you watched the other videos, this was a mess. So we've like I said, run a cutting disc over it, and there's some morning glories coming back, so maybe we'll take them out and the rye come back up and choke it out pretty soon. I don't know if you can see really how smooth of a job it's doing, but if you watch the other videos, it was pretty growed up. So coming back a couple weeks later, after we sprayed and disc, you still see a little grass. For the most part it looks good, but I'm having little problems dragging up. You can see right there where I've been dragging up. Hopefully after we get out of the way from the edge and get out here in this mellow stuff, we'll get out of that and be able to rock and roll. But it's slowed me down this first little bit. Stirring up a little dust. We've been getting some pretty good rain the last couple of weeks, but it's kind of started getting dry the last couple of days. Danny said there was some in forecast, but we'll have to see. We were hoping to get into harvesting corn this weekend, but we're having to wait on some parts for the combine, and they come in today, but they was the wrong part, so we're going to try to get in it next week. Well, it seems to be working a lot better out here in the middle of the field. It's getting a lot of dust though, but that'll be all right. We'll have enough moisture to maybe get her rye up. I'm running a little close to the edge right there. I don't have auto steer, I just got guidance and I ain't got it on. But going from 18 foot to 25 foot, I get my judgment off. I'm gonna get off here a minute. See how that's dragging up? It's not making a big mess, but when that comes off, it'll be like these clumps up here where I picked up. But as you can see, it's working it up pretty good. You can go over here. That's a clod. It's not a rock. Got a few clods here, but time we run the drill over it, it'll be good. Well, I hope I didn't dust y'all out too bad, but y'all can't smell it, but I can. This fresh dirt along with the diesel, it's a good smell. When I was a kid, my grandpa bought a 1486 International brand new, so that's probably 79 or 80, and he bought a 490 21 foot disc with it. Well, back then everybody around here turned land. There wasn't much no-tilling going on, and last couple years I've been 75% to 100% no-till, So yeah, this smelling this dirt really brings back some memories of my grandfather. Now getting on him, he was also one that wanted to start no-tilling. He had some old Alice Chandler planters, and he would try to do some no-tilling, double crop beans and the wheat stubble. Well, I was just a kid, and he'd have me out there, no markers. I didn't know where I was going, but he was one of a kind and a pioneer in his day. I'm gonna close out the video. I appreciate you riding along with me today. If you're new to this channel and you like this, and I've got some more videos. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Like the video, comment. So I guess it's goodbye for now. Next time I see you, we'll be hooked to the John Deere 1590 grain drill, sowing some rye, maybe some fescue. I don't know if I'm going to do a two-part video or if I'm going to do a one-part video. But if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. God bless you, and you behave. Okay, here's a helpful tip. I use colored zip ties, and I put them on my outlets so I know where each hose goes. I got white and blue over here, and yellow and green over here. So hopefully when I unhook from this disc, I have already done this to the field cultivator, which I think I have. So that saves a lot of time and aggravation trying to figure out what to hook to what.